How it's made. F1 cars. It takes a long and complicated process to make a Formula 1 car. It takes 6 to 10 months from the beginning of the design to the first test. The computer plays a major role in this process. The capacity of the computer and the simulation software enables engineers to estimate the performance of the car. However, even in ultra-modern factories that can produce 90% of their own parts, machines have not completely replaced human skills. At least no robot has been able to bend out the exhaust pipe connected to the engine. The drafting room and workshop of the Formula 1 car is as tightly guarded as a bank. They are fenced, inspected by security personnel, and illuminated at night to ensure the confidentiality is not leaked. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel How It's Made. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel. Also hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever we upload a new video. That's it, let's begin. An overview of F1 cars. Formula 1 car racing has its roots in the European Grand Prix Championships of the 1920s and 1930s, but the foundation of modern Formula 1 began in 1946 with the standardization of Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile rules, followed by drivers in 1950. The history of sports is parallel to the evolution of its technological regulations. In addition to the World Championship Series, non-championship Formula 1 races have been held for many years, but finally in 1983 due to rising competitive costs. National championships existed in South Africa and England in the 1960s and 1970s. The making of F1 cars. The manufacturing of Formula 1 cars requires the participation of first-class technical personnel, including technical director, design office manager, competition engineer, composite material department director, mechanic, machining workshop director, electronic engineer, paint and decorator, aerodynamic engineer, and many more. Among them, the technical director is the true father of racing. He has to be the commander-in-chief, directing the work of various departments. Before manufacturing the car, first use the reduced scale model to test in the wind tunnel. The wind speed of 300 km per hour is used to simulate the speed of the car on the track. Use this as a reference and then design the real car. The production of Formula 1 racing cars is generally divided into 6 stages. In the first stage, before painting, the car shell made of layered carbon fiber is baked in a vacuum furnace. In the second stage, the assembled engine is firmed, installed on the rear of the car. In the third stage, the side compartment cover of the car shell is radiated. In the fourth stage, the assembled gearbox is connected with the engine, about 20 hours of work. In the fifth stage, the installation, crossarms, suspension, brakes and rear transmission. In the sixth stage, wing panels, body and wheels are installed. The car can finally start. Only the electronic management system for the gearbox and engine is installed until the car is about to drive away. F1 car performance. The English name of Formula 1 is Formula 1. Its formula is translated into the formula. The real meaning is regulation. That is, the competition rules regulate the basic concept of racing and the pure racing car manufactured according to the competition rules. At present, there are racing cars with the basic concept of sports car in the world, and the basic concept of formula racing is different from them. In short, it is a monopoly racing car with exposed tires, open wheel. In the family of formula cars, Formula 1 is the highest peak of this type of competition. In the latest Formula 1 racing regulations 1999, the maximum width of the car is 180 cm. The overhang of the front wheel is within 120 cm from the center of the front wheel, and the overhang of the rear wheel is within 50 cm of the center of the rear wheel. The engine is required to be naturally aspirated with a maximum displacement of 3000 cc, 4-stroke within 12 cylinders. The maximum horsepower of this type of engine has not been officially announced, and it is estimated that it should be between 750 and 800 horsepower. The combination of this engine and a carbon alloy chassis, the original product developed by each team independently, will compete at a high speed of approximately 300 km per hour. This is the Formula 1 racing competition, also known as the F1 Grand Prix. Why is it called the Grand Prix? Grand Prix in French means grand prize. Let's say that the body of Formula 1 car is made of carbon alloy. The competition requires the car to weigh within 600 kilograms. Therefore, the weight of a general car is about 500 kilograms. It is not difficult to see that the challenge of Formula 1 is not to require the car to have the greatest power, but to make this lightweight car produce a high degree of sportiness. F1 auto racing. How is it manufactured? First-class manufacturing equations, the number of cars required, the process of the complex process, the start of the design, the demand for the first test car, 6 to 10 months. During the process, the main action of the computer capacity, some simulation soft-headed process engineer, the ability to calculate, and the performance of the computer. However, the immediate use of human beings is 90% self-reliant, zero-pod, ultra-modernization arsenal, equipment return possession, complete replacement skill. First-class equations, car-like manufacturing required first-class engineers personnel, comprehensive technical chief, design office manager, high-sci engineer, composite material department chief, mechanic, machining vehicle chief, electronic engineer, oil lacquer decoration worker, empty power engineer, and so on. Among them, the chief engineer's true father of samurai, other important works, command and guidance. Before the production of the car, the reduced proportional model for the predecessor, the wind tunnel, the wind speed of 300 km per hour, the speed on the road of the simulated car, the redesigned genuine car. First class equations, car-like production, 6 stairs for general division, first stairs, lacquer in front, predecessor layer. The second staircase, the rear part of the car, is a good motive for the prison. Third staircase, car-shaped heat dissipating net. The fourth staircase, the speed box and the engine. Fifth stairs, elbow, suspension, brakes and transmissions. Sixth stairs, upper wing plate, Japanese wheel, the end of the no race, automatic transmission, speed box, Japanese motivated electronic management system, reservation car required before the start of the race. Why does the F1 car run so fast? Do you know how amazing its structure is? The body of the F1 car is made of carbon fiber reinforced plastic. This is an excellent material that is extremely strong but has a slight weight. After using this material, the weight of the base part of the car body called monocoque is incredibly only 30 kilograms. In the end, after installing all of the required components and setting on the driver, the weight of the entire F1 car is only 600 kilograms, which is about 1/3 of the weight of an ordinary civilian car. Engine. According to regulations, the current F1 car can use a 10-cylinder engine with a displacement of less than 3000 cc, and its maximum speed can reach 19,000 rpm, and the maximum output power can reach 900 horsepower. Due to the stability required for F1 competitions, the direction of engine production is high speed and needs to adapt to long-term high-speed operation. To obtain better turning performance, design requirements such as small size and lightweight must also be proposed. Suspension system. The suspension system of the F1 car is exposed on the outside of the car body, which is a cooling roof of all Formula cars. Although the function of the suspension system as F1 is the same as that of commercial cars in the market, it needs good driving performance more comfortably, which requires the forward tires to always keep in contact with the ground. Due to the better aerodynamic effect of the activity, F1 also refers to the design of some aircraft in the shape of the suspension system. Tire. Imagine continuing to speed on that road at a speed of more than 200 kilometers. It is obviously impossible to do without a good tire. The tires are made of high grip soft rubber. The dry tires generally used have 4 grooves, while the rain tires used on rainy days have more and have outward drainage grooves. The life of a general tire is about 150 kilometers, which is half of the entire race schedule. There are only 2 major tires in F1 races, Bridgestone and Michelin. The 2 tires have their own advantages. Bridgestone has an excellent performance in all aspects, but the temperature required for its work is higher than that of Michelin. This makes the newly assembled tires have a slight advantage in grip and off fatal. Michelin is relatively inferior in all aspects, especially the design of rain tires, which has been criticized by some teams. Steering wheel. The steering wheel of an F1 car is smaller than the steering wheel of an ordinary car, and the entire volume is equivalent to an A4 size laptop. Although small, it has quite a few functions. In addition to basic functions such as convenient steering and shifting without leaving the steering wheel, it also provides control buttons for various parts of the car. On this steering wheel, you can adjust the car's air combustion ratio, traction control adjustment, communicate with the team staff, and even control the drinks on your body. The brake system. F1 racing cars' brake system is not much different from the general touring car. It is also composed of 2 parts, the brake disc and the brake buffer. However, because the intensity of the competition often needs to be reduced from the limit of 300 km to the trough of 80 km, the operating temperature of the entire brake system is as high as 600 degrees, so the loss rate of the entire system is also quite high. The brake discs and brake buffers are made of carbon fiber materials. Compared with the iron and asbestos used in the past, carbon fiber obviously has better stability and relatively lighter weight. Compared with the past materials, the entire brake system is now lighter by 6 to 8 kilograms. The manufacturing cycle of a brake system is about 3 to 5 months. In the race, the driver can adjust the front to rear ratio of the brake through the steering wheel, usually 60% in the front and 40% in the back, otherwise it will cause the rear tires to lock up. And that's it guys, let us know which F1 car is your favorite in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. We will see you in the next video.